All right, welcome back to Big Dapple at New York City, the Big Apple. I'm Dre. I'm here with my co-commentator,
Garrett.
All right. Everybody, are y'all hyped up for round 4? Yeah! All right, so we got some strong teams here. We got Where's Your Fourth versus Auntie. What map are they starting on, Garrett?
Yeah, zone's Robo Ramen, so the single zone.
Single zone, yes. Taking a peek at our team sheets here, do we have any? We see some tri-stringers, some backline players, and a decaf from Cabo. Yes. Sword is very strong in this map, so I wouldn't be surprised to see that come out, actually. Typical backline comps, snipe writer, some standard stuff, maybe.
And I've seen a lot of Auntie, actually. I just watched them in this last game, and I know a bit about them. I know about Zeno, I know about JJ, actually, and
yes,
the Umbrella, it's a little weird because, of course, we played with a 10 Umbrella earlier, but Umbrella is just completely different, It's more or less not as chasey, you can fight with it a lot better than you can with 10, but...
Yeah, it's got like a different rhythm when you're fighting with it, the opening and the closing, and whereas 10 is more like you shoot the shield and you follow behind it, and then you use that to distract and then pull away attention from your teammates. Brilla's more of like the 1v1 Slayer kind of form of that. So it'll be interesting to see how the aggressive play style differs from what we know with our teammate who does play 10 Umbrella.
Oh, definitely. And in edit, too. A lot of times you're seeing your Snipe Rider, even a Zap. Edit it's kind of hard to see it a lot more often just because, Snipe Rider kind of outranges it. And it's a little bit harder to play aggro like Zap. But I've seen Zeno, they're really good at it. They're great at pulling in and pushing forward. And that's the thing you got to do with edit. You got to, be able to take the fights, but also be able to push a couple fights. Because if you don't, then you're just going to get run down by a pen or even a sword because the range is very similar.
Yeah, it's about holding that space and using that the rapid fire charge up of the Splatling to deal with more aggressive threats and get more paint on the ground quicker. But the Snipe Rider has its advantages with the range and the poking ability, comboing off with like the Slosher. It's a very common weapon combination in a high-level play I've seen. And then Robo Ramen is a very vertical map. It's got a lot of it's got a top level and a bottom level where the zone is, and then a lot of walls that can be climbed up and sharked on. So a lot of AoE weapons, things that can shoot over walls, definitely strong on that map. And then it's always interesting to see how teams deal with like the grates and the glass sections of the map that the uninkable, taking those spaces with like your longest range weapons or getting aggressive and taking flanks on them. So it'll be interesting to see how these teams approach this map.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the Tri-Stringer, too, either or, because Tri-Stringer, it'll basically insta-break the shield. It's kind of hard, unlike with a tent, of course, like I said. It's a little bit harder. If you lose that shield, it's a little bit harder to fight because you're very open. It's harder to hit all the pellets at once if you're not really in a close range.
Yes.
So the breaking of the shield could really, just ruin a fight, ruin a push. But hopefully, the decaf of 52, the wall may be able to help, push up in fights. And it's hard. It's just very hard if you don't have all that. And maybe, I'm hoping the bucket, just like we saw earlier with a sloshing machine, if you can get bottom left, you can shoot over that wall. You create a lot of pressure in pushing them towards the left because they really can't fight. If they don't know where you are, they're just shooting over. It's really hard to take those fights.
Yeah, it definitely dislodges like players that like to sit back towards more of the choke point of the map and just ink the zone from their side of the map. So taking that wall and making sure they are pushed back from the AoE there is definitely a strong strategy. Getting yourself situated in areas where you can shoot at the enemy but they can't shoot back is definitely the ideal situation on this map. So it's going to be interesting. A lot of teams play same maps very different ways. Even the same team may not play the same map twice depending on how much they like their success rate on it. I haven't seen either of these teams play much before. We had just seen a set previously from the crowd, actually, watching Auntie win 2-0. So they're a very strong team, but their opponents are no slouches either, so it's going to be a lot of push and pull in this set, hopefully.
And actually, I can see Ender, who said they play Spoosh, I have a little tidbit, actually. They play Sploosh because it reminds them of their home in the sewers living with Master Splinter. I mean.
Oh, so are they a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle
they might be. I mean, they might be. We'll have to see.
You know, it's hard to beat that martial prowess, you know.
It's very hard if they know how to fight.
Yes.
To come back at them, you know. It's one of those things.
And Sploosh, I believe it's got a kit with missiles in this game.
Yeah, the beacon one.
It's beacon and missile, so it's more of like a support weapon there. So they can get a lot of turf down. They can, definitely harass the enemy team from long range with the missiles and place beacons down for their team to get back into these fights. So if they do end up choosing the Sploosh, it's a very interesting pick. But it can do more than you think it can.
You know, definitely. If you get in that close range, you know, they're very quick at chasing. If you get in that close range, it can be in an instant that you die. It's very hard. But I do see it very hard if you're able to push into a bucket in a dually. However, if they get in, it could cause a lot of trouble, you know?
Yeah. Some retake issues might be a problem there with the Sploosh pick. So you might see the Recycle Brella from them instead. They have that on their weapon pool. So it's definitely not out of the realm of possibility to see a Sploosh come out. But it might be matchup dependent or map mode dependent. They might prefer the Recycle Brella on this map instead to pair with their Slosher, the Tri-Stringer.
Oh, definitely. And it's funny that I did just see JJ play Recycle Brella, and Ender also listed that they play Recycle Brella. So I'm wondering if maybe, just maybe we get the mirror match, because I've never really seen a Recycle versus Recycle. That's a little very rare.
Yeah. It will be interesting to see if they will match up against each other like that. And I believe we are going to be starting soon, so let's hear some noise for our teams.
And this is, of course, a big match, 3-0 versus 3-0.
Yes.
This could decide the group, to be honest.
Yes, yeah. The winner moves on to 4-0, and they just win one more best-of-3 set to make it out unscathed. So it's got a lot of implications for top 8 seeding, and both these teams, obviously, nobody wants to lose, but it'll be a matter of who wants to win more here.
Oh, 100%. And honestly, I think they might be a little scared of us.
We are also in the tournament, so it is interesting to get a good look at your competition from a bit of like an omniscient view from up top.
100%.
So, perhaps we'll be doing some analysis, for our own sake, too.
We'll definitely got to keep an eye out for, who could take us down. Even if I got a little bit of, confidence for us.
Take us down, yeah. Listen, I think, it's good to be confident. I'm glad that we were playing some strong teams. So
of course.
Let's see their best from this game. All right,
let's get some zones.
Robo Ramen.
And there's the Sploosh that I was talking about. There we go.
Yep. Heavy and a rapid.
And there is the Recycle Brella. Unfortunately, no mirror, but I was a little worried.
Yeah, both teams starting off. Snipe Rider obviously just panning up for the cooler real fast. It'll be interesting to see where the Sploosh goes to start. They're just starting off in mid, staying back a little. They do go one down, so it looks like they're going to back off for the time being.
And the rapid, they're going to take a lot of space here. Unfortunately, do go down, but they got a lot of space on right very early, and it really allowed JJ to walk in and just create a lot of space. But now they're in, a situation where we want to take them down. Now able to push in, and maybe the dualies and Recycle Brella come in.
Yeah, JJ over sitting there does get picked off after getting 2 big kills in that first engagement there. Reslider comes out, does not cap, and unfortunately does get taken down. Auntie is backed up by this game, and they're going down one by one. It's kind of a struggle for where's your fourth to get back in here, just coming in one by one, popping the specialist. So we'll have to see how they retake this.
Now, Auntie, they're going to control the zone and maybe just a little bit forward if they can, and unfortunately they're going to go 2 down. But it's a 2-for-2 trade, so maybe they can push in, and this Reslider should cap the zone here. Oh, it doesn't!
It overshoots a little bit.
And they're going to pop Jet. Hopefully, they should be able to retake here, but the bubble goes up.
They do go one down, and the paint is in the side of Auntie at the moment. They're running out of time here. Starting to get a little desperate. There's Sploosh down here on the bottom. Does have missiles and is flanking around, but Auntie is very much aware for it. They have hammer special actually, but it's not enough. Auntie does keep control, and they're going to take game 1.
It was a little hard, They just really were able to get early, especially, like I said, that rapid drop bottom right. It was really hard when the rapid got down there. They were able to take so much space on bottom right, and it just allowed JJ to walk in through the zone, and basically they were able to pinch and get a quick little kill.
Yeah, Auntie grabbed on. They did not let go for that whole game. Very controlling. And, there wasn't like a real wipeout from the side of Where's Your Fourth. They just kept going 1 or 2 down and then wouldn't regroup well enough to come back in with their full team. And so they just kept getting picked off, and eventually time ran out for them.
100%. Also, that re-slider just shot a little too far and wasn't able to cap the zone. I think if they could have flipped that, maybe a little bit more momentum, a little bit something out of Where's Your Fourth to maybe, cap the zone, maybe push up a little bit. Because it was a 2v2. If you get that zone, you could get up and get in zone, take control of maybe your side. Instead, they lost it. The Raptors was able to drop back down, and they lost side of their.
Yeah, it's a decision you have to make between whether you want to go for the splats or if you want to cap the zone. Usually reef sliders are used to cap the zone more often than not, but they got a little too greedy there and instead went down and wasn't able to flip and give themselves that penalty and that mental reset of hey, we did stop them. We have a little bit more time now, which would have given them a chance to regroup and build some specials and try and build a push from there.
And now we can look towards, Clam Blitz, Urchin Underpass. This, I think, will be a very good sploosh map, Very close corners, very tight fighting. And especially at that basket, if they can get a hammer on top right, they could wreak havoc on the basket.
Yeah. I'm not too familiar with the Urchin Underpass as a map. It's been in Splatoon 3 for a while, but I haven't been playing enough, honestly. It's a Splat 1 classic. Everybody loves it, but I'm not sure how it's played in this game now with all the different specials, different kits, different weapons. We did play it earlier, but Clams is definitely a spoof-centered game mode, so we'll have to see if they pick it again here.
Yeah, definitely. Getting into this map, I really do hope to see that sploosh because it will prioritize in fighting at close range, and actually we don't.
Yeah, no sploosh. Zimmy coming out, and an Octobrush.
And unfortunately, it kind of swaps around. Now we have a recycled on the side of Where's Your Fourth, but not Auntie.
Yeah, definitely 2 different takes on like how to play this map and what weapons to play. Both teams just fighting over mid here. We are going to see 1 go down on the side of Auntie, 2 go down on both sides actually. Where's Your Fourth does get wiped out. Wow. It looked even there for a second, but Auntie does break through, and it looks like they're going to be able to get a bubble down, get enough clams, but they do get taken out.
And unfortunately, the splat there did cost them all the clams to get a Powerball. So now they're going to have to regroup, and unfortunately, going that 1 down here, I think this is going to allow Where's Your Fourth to walk out, take a little bit more space. Hopefully, if they can retake this left, they're set to just walk out in mid, and they'll have a free fight. Now they can just take all the space they want. Hopefully, if they can take some paint, maybe they'll really be able to put this fight against Auntie, and this could really start a push for their side.
Yeah. Auntie was 1 clam away from being able to score on that basket down there. They had the bubble down too, so they were looking poised to put a big dent in this score to start the game off. But Where's Your Fourth? Hold strong, gets 1. They could do go 2 down here. Stalling out a little bit in mid, losing to off the rush there. So they're going to have to back up and try to play a little more conservative here, not let Auntie get established in mid. And they're doing a good job. Yep, the bubble comes out from Cakes. They're having power clam, letting their team do the fighting and just holding down their area of the mid there.
And they're taking a lot of space, which is really good, because last game, like I said, with that zone, they really couldn't take space, and it was really hard for them to get back in. They've been doing a really good job of taking their 1v1s, and this spot right here, ginormous to get the side, and Cakes in a 1v1, 1v3, takes another 1v1, 1v2 now, could get 3 here, but unfortunately gonna get back, take their space, and they're really holding space for their team to get back in now, which this could really cause a giant team fight to just flip the turn, and as you're seeing, 2 down, this really flipped the sides.
Yeah, that was a great decision there to get 2 and then not overextend and try and get greedy there, trying to get the last 2, instead playing for the special. And it has now snowballed actually into a push for Auntie here, trying to get through this grades and score that first power clam in the match. They have the Kraken out. Where's Your Fourth? Not dropping yet, just waiting out for the specials and trying to stop them from scoring too much, because it is looking likely that they're going to score some.
And the brush is in the top right, which is really going to do a lot of damage. Unfortunately, now it drops as soon as I say that, of course. But if they can keep holding this right, this really, it's probably the hardest spot, I would say, to retake. Because even if you are under them, it's really hard to fight that, especially if they have a bucket and a brush. If they shoot over that wall, you really have to just dash in almost with the decap. And unfortunately, as you can see, it failed. But it really can decide the game here.
Yes.
And I think this is where the push will end. Maybe we can get Wizard for it, take a little pain. Maybe we can start getting momentum on our side, build a power clamp, and I see a big push on top left, which could really go really bad.
Yeah, Auntie had a good long extended push there with a couple flanks going through the top left. That brush distracting a lot, waiting for their teammates to get through clams to extend their lead here. And then they had a beacon or a jump set up top left there to keep this push alive actually and come back into mid even after a full wipe and keep the pressure on.
And Cowboys really trying to take a lot of space here. Unfortunately, the paint isn't there to like turn the tides, but they're really able to keep them at a distance, and it's really helping. Where's your fourth? As you see, Topic is going to sit top left. Maybe could get 2 here. JJ able to come in though and get the third. Fourth, I think, actually.
Wow. Yeah, JJ getting a streak of kills there, keeping their team right under this basket. Strikes come out. They're going to keep scoring. They're going to need to find some power clamps in mid to actually push the score any lower. But they did take out all of their penalty. Dapples goes in, putting more pressure on with JJ up in the top left there. There's only a minute left, and Where's the Fourth hasn't been past mid in a long time here. They're trying to push this team out of their base and really try and like mount a last-minute comeback here.
JJ's really doing a good job at distracting top left. Like I said, unfortunately, goes out as soon as I say something, but going in top left really just, it forces 2 people to look at you. And it's really hard if you're trying to retake your spawn to get 2 to take you. And Ender there, able to get 1. So now maybe momentum can start pushing for them. If they can get back into mid, I think they can really cause something dangerous here.
Yeah, last 20 seconds, the pressure's on. Both teams feeling the nerves here. So, this is where slip-ups, mistakes, and misses will cost your team dearly. Velvet here, popping strikes in mid, 10 seconds. They're just trying to hold and not let them push through, not give them any chance. Wishful does have the pity underneath their basket, so it will go to overtime. They do go 3 down mid. It's just up to the sniper to be the last bastion of defense for their team to come back and maybe try and win this game last second here.
And unfortunately, the time's really low, so they really got to get going. And it's really hard to go with mid. Now, if they can get this kill on Kicks here, I could see a push coming in. Now, unfortunately, dying with the clam, that might be the end of it, unfortunately.
And that is it. And Auntie takes that set 2-0 in a commanding fashion. Wow.
Yeah, they really played aggressive, and I think that's really what's going to make their comp good. If you don't have like a true, really far back line like Sniper Rider, it's really better if you just can continue to push forward, and really hold well.
Yes, yeah, they definitely played that well, keeping their pushes extended and keeping the pressure on and giving themselves jumps back into really, strangle out Where's Your Fourth on that last push there. And let's see if we can get one of them over for an interview here from the winner side, Auntie. We're waiting for them to finish saying good games and fist bump. A lot of respect between the 2 teams there because that was a good set.
Definitely. And like I said, even if it was a 2-0, it was a very dominant 2-0. And that always puts a lot of confidence in yourself, for especially later games. If you can get to set 5 and you're still feeling really good about yourself, that can really spiral in the top 8. And that's something you really need to always have.
Yes. Momentum is definitely a big factor when, performing at a LAN. It's so different than like the comfort of your home if you're used to playing online tournaments. So it's definitely feeling comfortable. It does lead to a lot of success on LAN. It's definitely an important skill to have.
Yeah, definitely. And it says they have 1 newcomer. So, always getting used to LAN is really something special. Like, once you get locked in, it really helps you out, and it can really momentum boost you.
Yes, yeah. They do have 1 newcomer. So I have played with Cakes in the past at a previous Big Dapples, actually, so I am familiar with them. They've been around, got some experience there. Let's see if we can even get them up for an interview, maybe. It doesn't seem like they're looking this way yet. So I guess we'll just keep talking about, what's to come. Yeah. Let me call out for him. JJ!
We just had JJ.
Want to send somebody up for an interview?
They just had JJ. They just
someone
had
else?
Wait, they just had JJ, yeah.
Yeah.
There's someone else.
Somebody else on your team? Yeah.
Cakes.
Cakes, yeah.
Can you get Cakes?
Yeah.
There we go. So we can bring up Cakes here.
Got it.
A quick little interview, which, I've always thought, it's very cool you can do interviews.
Yes.
Especially it's really hard. This isn't like sports where you got your game plan. You come out of the game, you're really excited. This is you jump in. Got a lot of fun, and you can really just feel the enjoyment out of it.
Yeah, it's very homegrown, comfy vibe, so it's cool. And welcome to the couch, Cakes. How's it going?
Did I put this on correctly?
Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
Oh, awesome.
There you go.
Hello. Oh
How
my
you
gosh.
feeling after that win?
It was really fun. Oh my gosh, my heart is like thumping right now. Like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was. It didn't look that way from our perspective. You guys, really had control. It was a pretty decisive victory on both games.
Move it back a little bit closer.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Honestly, I think we did really good. I think we had really good teamwork.
Yeah, and you guys are 4-0 now, so you're looking to win that last set in your round and move to top 8 undefeated.
Yes, undefeated is the goal.
Yes.
We want that higher seed placing.
Yeah, undefeated
All
for the whole
games.
tournament would be nice too.
Undefeated, yes.
You know?
I need that. I need the gold right now, please. I need the gold.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Do you guys practice for this event?
Oh yes.
Yes, a lot.
We practice. Actually, well, we did as much practice as we could. So like we
Okay.
practiced at least like 6 times,
Okay.
and we started practicing from like months in advance too.
Wow.
So like we went through comp after comp after comp, just trying to figure out like what weapons can we all play that like actually makes sense and fits together. Because like we're playing with an edit player, like I play edit, so it's
Right.
like you got to figure out what works with edit, and does it like feel good to play.
Right.
And
yeah.
then I started picking up mini so that I could play like weird edit maps and stuff. So.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it definitely showed. Y'all looked very coordinated out there, so it was
Yes.
it's definitely proof that practice does pay off. Now, you do have a newcomer on your team. It says, whose first tournament is this, or first appearance at Big Dapple, maybe?
Oh yes, Velvet is. This is Velvet's first Big Dapple.
Oh, nice.
Originally, when we made Auntie, it was me, Div, Javon, and Velvet.
Okay.
But it was always me and Div who could come to like Big Dapple events because we live nearby, and then Javon would come to like gridlocks and stuff. And finally got Javon to come out over here. So you're like, you know what? Get Velvet right here, right now.
Yeah.
Auntie's back. We bringing Auntie back right now.
Yeah, that's great. It's always good to see people come out to these events from all over the country. Some people come from super far away. Some people live right around the block. So it's awesome that people are coming out for the first time here.
Oh, 100%. I also was wondering, how do you guys work with the edit and the rapid? Like, I understand it as like almost like, I feel like it's more like a pen counter, but do you guys use it in any other way? Like, I saw you guys would drop out bottom right with, on Robo Ramen with the rapid. I always wondered, wait, do you take it more of like an aggressive angle or more of like a defensive angle if you see a pen?
Well, I try to play at least to positions. Like I want to play a bit more aggressive because I have my rapid to cover my range weakness. But at the same time, I still have to be the anchor for my comp because my rapid is the one who needs to go and engage. So I still want to play in a way that like if my teammates go down, they have a safe spot to jump to. But I still want to keep the line forward. Like I don't want to like have too many gaps so that like flankers can come in and like catch me, because then my whole team has to turn around. So as long as I can play close enough to my team that I can put pressure and paint down for them, then I'm doing good. And my rapid can pick off everybody else who has more range than me and wants to contest me.
All right. I got to know, is there any team in particular that you're really looking out for in this tournament or that you really want to beat?
I really want to beat K because
Okay.
those are my friends and I want to beat them up.
Yeah, a little bit of friendly rivalry there. So thank you for coming over and having this interview with us,
thank you
answering
for
our
having
questions.
me.
Yeah, good luck in your next set, and
Yes.
we'll hopefully see you guys in the top cut.
Yes, hopefully fighting.
Yes, thank you very much.
Thank you.